the rainkeeper. In the remote hills of southeastern Africa, tucked between rivers and red soil plains, stood a village named Ngoma. It was a land rich in tradition, where drums echoed stories, and firelight danced with shadows of ancestors. But behind its beauty was a dark grip, one that ruled the skies and struck fear into the bones of every soul who lived there. His name was Mshel, the Sangoma of the storm. Mshel was no ordinary traditional healer. He was powerful. He could whisper to the clouds and they would listen. If he clapped his hands in anger, thunder would roll like 1,000 hoofs. When he waved his staff, lightning streaked across the sky like a curse. He was known to hold the rain hostage, letting crops wither in the sun until offerings filled his shrine. Only when he was satisfied did the skies open. And if anyone dared to challenge him, or worse, ignore him during ceremonies, weddings, or community events, he would send storms to tear down their joy. Thatched roofs were ripped away, rivers overflowed, and celebrations turned to chaos. The people feared him more than they feared hunger. In time, Mshel became more than a Sangoma, he became a god in the eyes of the village. His shrine stood tall at the edge of the forest, surrounded by skulls, bones, and charms that chanted in the wind. Even the chiefs dared not speak against him. Children were told not to look him in the eye. Women bowed as he passed. And the rain, the lifeblood of their famine, answered to his moods. But one dry season, something unexpected happened. A young man arrived in Ngoma. His name was Pastor Temba, barely 30, with nothing but a Bible, a torn bag, and fire in his heart. He came walking, dusty-footed but filled with joy, saying, "God sent me here." The villagers laughed at first. Some warned him to leave. "This is Mshel's land," they whispered. "No gospel survives here." But Temba was unmoved. He began preaching under a baobab tree. Slowly, people came. Curious at first, then captivated. They heard words of peace instead of fear, of a God who loved instead of demanded. Children smiled again. Old women wept quietly. For the first time in years, someone spoke against the storm. Mshel heard. At first, he ignored it. "Let the boy preach," he scoffed. "He will leave when the rain stops falling." But it didn't. The skies remained open. Even without offerings, the rains came, softly, steadily, blessing fields, washing dusty feet, giving hope. Then came the wedding. A young couple, believers now, invited Pastor Temba to bless their union. They refused to consult Mshel. It was the first public rejection of his power. On the day of the wedding,